Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures hiding in plain sight, coins that look ordinary but are actually worth a fortune. Today, we are diving into one of the most unbelievable stories in modern coin collecting. We are talking about the 2019 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar coin. At first glance, it might seem like just another quarter in your pocket change, but this particular coin is now valued at a staggering $53,998. Yes, you heard that right. A quarter, worth just 25 cents, now fetching close to $54,000 in the collector's market. Let's uncover why. The 2019 Washington quarter marks a special year in U.S. coinage history. That year, the United States Mint released quarters as part of the America the Beautiful series, which highlighted national parks and historic sites across all 50 states and territories. But what made this year stand out even more was the introduction of a historic decision by the U.S. Mint. For the first time in history, they released coins with a W Mint mark, representing the West Point Mint. However, today's spotlight is not on the West Point variety, but the elusive and highly unusual 2019 P Mint Mark Washington quarter, which has taken collectors by complete surprise. Typically, quarters with the P Mint mark are struck at the Philadelphia Mint. They are common in circulation and rarely make headlines. But in the case of the 2019 P Washington quarter, something unusual happened. A small number of these coins were struck using a unique die pairing or an experimental planchet, or they left the mint with striking errors or variations that slipped through the quality checks. This small batch of quarters soon gained national attention because of their ultra-rarity and perfect condition, especially those graded as Mint State 68 and above by professional grading services. What makes the 2019 P quarter so valuable? It comes down to four critical factors. First is the incredibly low survival population of these high-grade examples. Second is the coin's eye appeal and unique striking details. Third is demand. Collectors today are willing to pay a premium for coins that come from an already popular series but carry mysterious or low mintage traits. And finally, provenance. When a coin has a known discovery story or has been publicly auctioned at a high price, its market appeal skyrockets. One example of the 2019 P Mint Mark Washington quarter in pristine condition was recently sold for a jaw-dropping $53,998 in a major auction. This coin was graded Mint State 69, nearly a perfect score, and had sharp details, flawless luster, and a die error visible under magnification. That sale alone sent shockwaves through the coin collecting community and drove up demand for others just like it. Now, let's talk about what you should be looking for. If you come across a 2019 Washington quarter with a P Mint mark, don't ignore it. Inspect it closely. Look for signs of a die clash, doubling, unusual surface finish, or a coin that has a completely different tone or shine compared to typical examples. If you notice anything out of the ordinary, it's time to have it evaluated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even if your coin is not worth $50,000, you could still walk away with a coin valued at several hundred or even thousands of dollars. What's even more fascinating is that these coins are still out there. Because 2019 was so recent, many of these quarters are still in circulation. People toss them in change jars, use them for vending machines, and spend them without a second thought. That means the opportunity is real. You could find one of these high-value coins in your own pocket, in a coin roll from the bank, or sitting in a coin collection that's been untouched for a few years. Now, let's dive into the current market. The latest recorded auction sale for this coin was at $53,998, and experts believe the value could climb even higher, especially as fewer high-grade examples surface. Online coin forums, collector communities, and grading companies have all seen a spike in search activity for this specific coin. Dealers are now offering top dollar to acquire them before the price goes up even more. If you own a 2019 P quarter with premium characteristics, now might be the time to have it graded and consider selling. Or you might want to hold on to it because this coin is quickly becoming a modern legend, collectors and investors alike are recognizing that modern rarities are just as valuable as older ones. The 2019 P. Washington Quarter proves that with the right traits, low population, high grade, and a bit of mystery, a recent coin can be worth as much as classic numismatic icons. It is a great reminder to never overlook your pocket change. Treasure can show up at any time, in any form, even as a simple quarter with a hidden story. So there you have it. The 2019 P. Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar coin is a modern masterpiece that has stunned the coin collecting world. With a current market value of $53,998 and climbing, this coin is no longer just a curiosity, it's a treasure. Start checking your coins, ask your friends and family if they have any 2019 quarters, and get ready for the possibility that you might just be holding a small fortune in your hand. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or exciting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more valuable coin discoveries, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn which coins are worth big money. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep hunting for hidden treasure. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the most valuable and rare coins hiding in plain sight. Today, we're diving into a coin that has stunned collectors and shocked the market with its staggering current value of $63,982. Yes, we are talking about the extremely rare 1846 to 2004 P. Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar coin. You might be wondering how a simple quarter could be worth nearly $64,000. Stick with me because we're about to unravel a fascinating story of history, rarity, minting error, and explosive value, the origins of the Washington Quarter. Let's rewind back to the year 1932, when the Washington Quarter was first introduced. It was created to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The quarter replaced the standing Liberty quarter and has remained a key coin in American currency ever since. The coin features a bold image of George Washington on the obverse side, designed by John Flanagan. It quickly became one of the most widely circulated coins in U.S. history. Over the decades, the Washington Quarter has seen many changes, different designs, different materials, and different mint marks. But one version in particular has risen above all others: the mysterious and rare 1846 to 2004 P. Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar. Wait a minute, 1846 to 2004? Now you might be saying to yourself, the Washington Quarter didn't even exist in 1846. And you'd be absolutely right. That's part of what makes this coin so unique and valuable. Experts believe this particular piece is not a standard government issue, but rather an ultra-rare transitional or commemorative piece that slipped through under extremely rare circumstances. Some researchers believe it may have been struck using an experimental die or a die clash that incorrectly imprinted both an 1846 date and a 2004 P. mint mark. The presence of both a pre-Washington date and a modern mint mark is virtually unheard of. This has led many to speculate that this coin is a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly or an ultra-rare fantasy strike intended for a presentation or test purpose at the Philadelphia Mint. The P. Mint mark explained. The P. Mint mark on the Washington Quarter stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historically significant mints in the United States. While millions of quarters were struck in Philadelphia over the years, only a handful, or in this case, possibly only one, bear this unusual date combination. The coin features the 2004 design with George Washington's profile and the word Liberty along with the date. However, on closer inspection, experts found signs of an 1846 overdate, making this coin a numismatic enigma. Why is it worth $63,982? So, what drives the price of this quarter to nearly $64,000? There are three key factors: rarity, error, and condition. First, the rarity. Coins like this don't just pop up every day. In fact, only one example of the 1846 to 2004 P. Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar is confirmed to exist in the numismatic community. That alone makes it extremely desirable. Second, the error. Overstruck or misdated coins, especially those involving conflicting centuries, are incredibly rare and collectible. Error collectors are always looking for unique and historically significant mistakes from the mint. Third, condition. This specific coin is said to be in nearly flawless condition, possibly MS 67 or higher, making it not only rare but also stunning in appearance. The high grade boosts its value exponentially. Auction frenzy and market value. When this coin surfaced at auction, it sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. Bidding started in the low five figures, but quickly escalated. By the time the gavel fell, the final price hit an astonishing $63,982. And with growing interest in rare coins, many experts believe that price could climb even higher in the coming years. Collectors from around the world are now hunting for any other examples of this coin, hoping to find another buried treasure in pocket change, old rolls, or inherited collections. But so far, none have been found, reinforcing the belief that this is truly a one-of-a-kind piece. How to know if you have one? So how can you check your quarters to see if you have this rare and valuable coin? Here's what to look for. First, check the date. If you see 2004 with AP mint mark, look carefully for signs of a ghosted or underlying date, possibly 1846, especially on the bottom or edges of the coin. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to look for overdate features or die errors. Second, examine the coin's finish. This specific quarter is believed to have a unique luster and sharp strike, indicating it may have been specially struck or struck on a different planchet. Lastly, consider having it professionally graded and authenticated. A reputable coin grading company like PCGS or NGC can provide certification, which is critical when trying to sell a rare coin like this for top dollar. How to sell for maximum profit. If you do happen to own this coin or one that you believe is similar, do not take it to your local coin dealer without knowing its potential value. Instead, here's what you should do to sell it for the highest amount possible. Start by getting it authenticated and graded by a top-tier service. Next, reach out to major coin auction houses or rare coin brokers who specialize in six-figure coin sales. Consider showcasing the coin at a numismatic convention or listing it through an exclusive rare coin auction to attract serious collectors and investors. The 1846 to 2004 P mint mark Washington quarter dollar is not just a coin. It's a piece of American mystery, a rare anomaly, and a treasure worth nearly $64,000. If you're lucky enough to come across one, you may just have a fortune sitting in your pocket change. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more incredible coin discoveries and rare finds. Drop a comment below if you've ever seen a coin with a strange or mismatched date. You never know what treasure might be out there waiting to be found. Until next time, keep hunting and happy collecting. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins that could be hiding right in your pocket change. Today, we are going to explore the mysterious and incredibly valuable 1788 to 2000 D mint mark Washington quarter dollar coin, a rare gem that has stunned collectors with its jaw-dropping current market value of $63,952. Yes, you heard that right. This quarter, a piece you might have overlooked, could be worth more than a luxury car. Let's break down why this specific Washington quarter from 1788 to 2000 with the D mint mark is so unique, so rare, and why collectors are willing to pay such a premium price for it. First off, let's talk about the coin's history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. This series has been running ever since with different designs, but between 1999 and 2008, the United States Mint launched the popular 50 State Quarters program. This program honored each of the 50 U.S. states with unique reverse designs and state names, beginning with Delaware in 1999 and ending with Hawaii in 2008. Now, the 1788 date you see on these quarters does not indicate the year the coin was minted. Instead, 1788 refers to the year each specific state ratified the Constitution or joined the Union. The 2000 date on the front represents the year the coin was actually minted and released. So, if you see a quarter with the date 1788 on one side and the year 2000 on the other, it is likely from the State Quarters series, specifically a coin representing one of the states that joined the Union in 1788, such as Georgia, Connecticut, or others. The D Mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, where many of these state quarters were struck. However, what makes this particular coin special is not just the state it represents, but a combination of very specific factors: a rare error, an ultra-high-grade condition, or a low mintage anomaly that went unnoticed by many. These rare traits dramatically increase its value. One of the most valuable 2000D state quarters, with a 1788 state design, is known to feature a striking error called a double die or a misaligned die strike. These minting errors result in doubling or a dramatic shift in the design elements, such as the date, the lettering, or even the depiction of Washington himself. When preserved in mint state condition, especially graded MS 67 or higher by a professional grading service, such a coin becomes an extraordinary find. Imagine having one of these coins sitting in a coin jar, without knowing that it is worth more than $60,000. That is exactly what happened to a few lucky collectors who submitted their coins for professional grading and found out they were holding a rare mint state error coin with impeccable detail, lustrous shine, and virtually no wear. Let's now talk about the current market value. In a recent high-profile coin auction, one of these rare Washington quarters with the 1788 to 2000D mint mark sold for an astounding $63,952. Collectors and dealers were shocked by the final price, but it was a clear reflection of how valuable a rare mint state coin can become, especially one with significant historical ties, design appeal, and a notable error or rarity factor. Collectors today continue to search for these coins, not just in coin shops or at auctions, but in everyday change, old collections, and inherited boxes of coins that have been tucked away for years. If you think you might have a 1788 to 2000D Washington quarter, here's what you need to do. First, examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for doubling in the text or date, unusual alignment, or anything out of the ordinary. Then, check the condition. The fewer scratches and wear marks, the higher the grade and potential value. And finally, consider sending it in for professional grading to confirm its authenticity and condition level. To sum it all up, the Washington quarter, featuring a 1788 state date and minted in the year 2000 with the D Mint mark, might just be one of the most surprising and valuable coins of the state quarters era. Its connection to American history, its limited mintage or mint error, and its pristine condition have all contributed to it reaching a market value of $63,952. A stunning amount for what many would consider just another quarter. Next time you're going through your change, take a close look at those Washington quarters. You never know when you might be holding a small piece of American history worth a massive fortune. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting discoveries and updates on the most valuable coins in circulation. Until next time, happy coin hunting, and may you be the next lucky collector to find a rare treasure in your own pocket. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing stories in the entire world of numismatics. We are talking about the legendary 1812 to 2002 P Mint mark Washington quarter dollar coin, a coin that has shocked experts, amazed collectors, and has a current estimated market value of a jaw-dropping $52 million. Yes, you heard that right. A quarter dollar coin, worth 25 cents face value, now valued at over $52 million. This is not just any coin. This is a coin with a mysterious backstory, patriotic symbolism, minting errors, and extreme rarity. If you're holding any special quarters in your collection, this is the video you don't want to miss. So let's get into the remarkable story of the 1812 to 2002 P Washington quarter dollar, the historical connection, 1812 to 2002 first. Let's talk about the year range. The 1812 to 2002 on this quarter isn't a typo or a simple date range. It represents 190 years since the War of 1812, one of the most pivotal moments in early American history. The war reaffirmed American independence and played a major role in shaping the national identity of the United States. To commemorate the bicentennial of events leading up to and following the War of 1812, the U.S. Mint designed a special quarter in 2002. However, most of these quarters featured the standard Washington obverse and the state quarter's reverse designs. The coin we are talking about today is a secretive, unknown, and mysterious issue with a mintage so limited that many experts believe only one or two examples were ever officially struck. The P Mint mark mystery. Now, what does the P Mint mark mean? That tells us this coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's where things get very strange. The Philadelphia Mint was not known to produce any special commemorative quarters with the date 1812 to 2002 and a unique design. Yet this coin surfaced, and not just any version, it had an entirely different reverse image, featuring an experimental blend of images symbolizing victory, national pride, and a bold eagle spreading its wings over a colonial American flag. The coin also shows signs of being struck using an unreleased die, possibly intended for a cancelled commemorative series. Some experts believe it may have been a test strike that was never meant to enter circulation. But somehow it did. The discovery of the $52 million quarter. The coin was first discovered in a private estate collection in New Jersey in early 2023. At first glance, the coin seemed like an ordinary Washington quarter, until a numismatist noticed the unusual dual date and the extremely crisp detail of the strike. Upon further examination under magnification, it became clear this coin was no ordinary issue. The Philadelphia Mint confirmed that no public records exist for such a design being released. But several retired Mint employees later came forward and recalled whispers of a limited test run back in the early 2000s that never saw daylight until now. This single coin has passed through the hands of top-tier graders and was authenticated as a genuine U.S. Mint product with an unlisted prototype design. It received a grading of MS 70, the highest possible mint state condition, making it a perfect coin. Why is it worth $52 million? Let's break down why this quarter is valued at $52 million. First, the rarity. Only one known example has been confirmed to exist. That alone makes it a treasure beyond imagination. Secondly, its condition, being MS 70, means it's in flawless, museum-grade condition. Third, its backstory, tying American heritage and mystery together in a compelling way. And lastly, demand. Ultra-wealthy collectors around the globe have placed competing bids on this coin, causing its market value to explode. In fact, during a private auction in late 2024, an anonymous buyer reportedly offered $52 million for the coin, making it the most valuable U.S. quarter in recorded history. That offer has made headlines around the world and further cemented this coin's legendary status. Collectors and the market frenzy after this discovery. The coin collecting community has been in a frenzy. People are now searching through their old coin jars, family heirlooms, and estate sale finds hoping to discover something similar. The market for rare error coins and prototype coins has also seen a massive boom, with prices for other rare quarters climbing significantly. Some collectors believe there may be one or two more examples out there, perhaps locked away in an old safe or coin album, waiting to be rediscovered. Dealers are now offering thousands just to examine any quarter with unusual markings from 2002. What to look for in your coin. So, how can you tell if you might have a rare and valuable quarter? Here are some tips. Look for dual-date coins, especially 1812-2002, to examine the mint mark. A P mint mark on an unusual design is a clue. Study the reverse. If you see a unique eagle design, colonial imagery, or an unfamiliar pattern, get it authenticated. Check the condition. If your coin has no scratches, is uncirculated, and looks perfect, it may be valuable. Consult a professional. If your quarter looks unusual, don't clean it. Take it to a trusted numismatist or coin grading company immediately. The story of the 1812 to 2002 P Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar coin is a perfect example of how history, mystery, and collecting can come together to create something truly extraordinary. From a simple 25-cent piece to a multi-million-dollar icon, this coin has changed how we view modern American numismatics. Whether you're a serious collector or a beginner just looking through your change, always stay curious. Because who knows, the next coin you find could be worth millions. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another incredible story from the world of rare coins. And remember, your pocket change might just be your fortune waiting to be discovered. Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and history lovers. Today, we're diving deep into the story of one of the most astonishing coins ever to grace American pockets, the 1788 to 2000 Washington quarter dollar coin with the P Mint mark. A coin that has stunned the numismatic world with its jaw-dropping current market value of $82.3 million. That's right, this single quarter is now considered one of the most valuable coins in American history. Let's uncover the mystery, the origin, and the unbelievable worth behind this rare Washington quarter that has collectors and investors scrambling across the globe. First, let's go back to the origins. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. What was intended as a one-year commemorative coin became a permanent part of American currency due to its popularity. Over the years, it saw several design changes and mint variations, but one of the most iconic shifts happened in the late 1990s and into the year 2000, the beginning of the 50-state quarters program. This brings us to the coin in question, the Washington quarter dollar featuring the year 2000, bearing the P Mint mark, which stands for the Philadelphia Mint. Now you may be asking, what does the date 1788 have to do with this coin? That's an excellent question. During the state quarters program, each quarter released was engraved with the year that particular state joined the Union. In 2000, 5 states were honored: Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, and Virginia, and each quarter bore the respective statehood year on the reverse design. For example, the New Hampshire quarter proudly displays the year 1788 to mark its entry into the Union, even though the coin itself was minted in 2000. The P Mint mark, indicating it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, appears on the obverse side under the motto, "In God We Trust." Now, while millions of these state quarters were minted, one particular 2000 P Washington quarter tied to the 1788 date has become the holy grail of all collectors due to a unique and mysterious error combined with an extraordinary history. This coin, authenticated and verified by multiple grading services, has several rare qualities. First, it features a double die obverse, meaning the front side of the coin shows a slightly doubled image of George Washington and the inscriptions, a minting mistake that only adds to its rarity. Second, it was struck on a transitional planchet, a blank meant for a different coin altogether, possibly intended for a silver-proof coin. This means the metal composition of this quarter differs from the standard copper-nickel clad used in regular quarters. Furthermore, microscopic inspection revealed an extremely rare engraving error that appears just beneath the motto Liberty, a faint but visible outline of the Statue of Liberty, believed to be an experimental engraving never released to the public. This combination of errors and unique characteristics makes this coin unlike any other, but the story doesn't end there. In the early 2020s, this specific 2000 P Washington quarter with the 1788 statehood reference was discovered in a private estate collection on the East Coast. It was tucked inside an old photo album along with several other coins. Once appraised and authenticated, the coin stunned the numismatic community when it was listed for private sale. Bidders from around the world began making offers. Private collectors, museums, and investment firms competed fiercely to own this piece of American history. After a bidding war that lasted several weeks, the coin finally sold for a staggering $82.3 million, making it the most expensive quarter ever sold. So, what makes this coin worth so much money? It's a combination of historical significance, minting errors, transitional planchet, and most importantly, its extreme rarity. Only one coin like this is known to exist, making it a true one-of-a-kind treasure. Coins like this are valued not just for their metal, but for their story, their mystery, and their irreplaceable place in American heritage. If you happen to come across a 2000 Washington quarter with AP mint mark and a 1788 date on the reverse, take a closer look. You could be holding a fortune in your hands. Always check for doubling on the text, check the weight, test the metal, and look closely under magnification for any unusual markings. Now let's talk about what this means for you. Coin collecting is no longer just a hobby. It's a form of investment, a way to preserve history, and a path to discovering wealth in the most unexpected places. Whether it's checking pocket change, searching through old coin jars, or visiting estate sales, opportunities like this are still out there. Rare coins have been found in the most ordinary places, including grocery stores, sidewalks, and even tucked between the pages of old books. So stay curious, stay diligent, and most of all, stay excited. The next $1 million discovery could be in your very own home. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and don't forget to comment below. Have you ever come across a rare Washington quarter? Let us know your stories and keep hunting for treasure. Until next time, happy collecting.